Feel free to react. Hey, you coming home tonight? What do you want to talk about? What do you want to talk about? The phone number 617-779-0985. We're taking you up until the Bruins tonight. They play in St. Louis. Meet me in St. Louis. I could give you all the puns. I can go Nelly on you if you want. I could even say Jason Tatum, who's also from St. Louis. We can play the songs if you want. What is it, Maria? Is that the song? Oh, Gloria. Gloria, Kevin Majore back there helping us out for the first hour here. And then we'll hand things over to Ryan Johnston and Bob Beers, who will be on the call tonight. They're rolling. Patriots have won 10 in a row. They got a big game this weekend. What's up, Roger? Our great production. I'm going to call him a production analyst because it sounds cool. Roger, leaving the building, everyone. Just like Elvis. See ya. What else we got? Oh, baseball. The hot stuff. It's hot. It was air frying at first. Now it's hot. Now it's on the pot. So a lot to get into here. And again, we're on YouTube tonight. I love our YouTube fam. Just go to youtube.com, search 98.5 The Sports Hub, and boom, we can read all of your comments right from there, and people are already in there ready to go. So appreciate you guys joining us here on 98.5 The Sports Hub. So where do we start today? And I was thinking about this. The Patriots are 11-2. Going for 11 in a row, taking on the Bills this weekend. We can do the ones. Is this the most important game of the last whatever? It is. It is the most important game of the last 5 years. It is. But I wanted to just look at where this season could rank in Patriots history. I mean, think of some of these teams that Tom Brady was a part of. Okay, so my lifetime, I'm 43 years old, so I lived the torturous years as well. My very first full season, and I've told this story before, but I remember when they went 1-15. I remember when they went 2-14 in '92 because when I was in grade school, we were told that a New England Patriots player was coming to the school for the day. Sacred Heart in Roslindale. And I'm like, oh my God, who's it going to be? Like Andre Tippett? You know, like, who's this? Maybe, and I think it was 93 or 4. I can't remember what year this was. And I was like, could it be Drew Bledsoe? I was just thinking out loud, like, Troy Brown was one of my favorite players. Like, I'm thinking, who's it going to be? And who came walking through those doors? Scott Zolak. And do you know why I remember Scott Zolak? Because he won a game for them. And he had the salute, the two-hand salute. So I was in on Scott Zolak before all of you were. But I remember those terrible years. I remember 1990, 1-15, 91, 6-10. Well, under McPherson, the Rod Rust years, woof. Right, 92, whatever, 2-14 under Dick McPherson. And then the Bill Parcells era began. New ownership, 5-11, 10-6. And I'll never forget that first game in 1994 against Miami. It was a back-and-forth duel between Dan Marino and Drew Bledsoe, and Ray Crittenden had that great catch, and it was on the Gatorade commercial all the time. Loved it. 95 happens. They have that great draft, but they go 6-10. They go to the Super Bowl in 96, 11-5. They follow it up with a 10-6 year. Then the Pete Carroll Oh, that was the Pete Carroll era. Excuse me. 10-6, 9-7, 8-8. Belichick takes over. They're 5-11. So what do? A new stadium's coming. They sign Drew Bledsoe to this 10-year deal. They go 11-5. They win the Super Bowl under a guy named Tom Brady. The next year, though, they go 9-7 because they couldn't stop the run. Then they had arguably two of their greatest seasons in history. 03, 04, back-to-back championships. They went 14-2. Think about this. How many wins can the Patriots have the rest of the way here? They have 11 now, right? Could they get 15? It's possible. Kevin Majora, you're back there. I'm going to keep you busy for the next hour. Can this team win 15 games?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. So, mind's eye. Do you think this could be one of the best regular season teams in Patriots history?
No.
Oh, really? Well, that's a hot take because I'm trying to put it in that category. I'm trying to bring that one to life. So listen, 14-2, that is, again, when they had a 16-game season, that was like 14-2, a couple of hiccups, ready to go. The 16-0 season, people were clamoring for a loss because they didn't want it in the biggest game, which had happened. But, they've had chances at 15 wins. They've never done it before, right? Besides the 16-0 season. So I'm just saying that 14-2 is like the barometer of greatness, back-to-back championships. So you're telling me that if this team won 14, 15 games, it's not one of the best seasons in regular season history? Because you already said no. You can't back out of it now.
And I'm not putting it against them. It's just how easy the schedule has been. I still think, despite the easy schedule, they have a chance to win the Super Bowl. I'm not saying that their record is only because of the schedule, but I don't think it goes on regular season-wise as impressive.
Huh. Now, do you remember the 03 road? Do you remember the 04 road?
I remember 04 more than 03.
Okay.
Obviously, that's a 1-year difference.
That was the year that they got Corey Dillon. And he helped them to another championship back to back.
But I will say this, it's so people can say what they want to be like. I don't remember them I was 9 and 10 years old, so I don't extremely remember.
Yeah, you weren't living
clearly.
Every Sunday of horribleness because it was bad. But just keep it to what you saw, though. Like 2001 was the best season you ever saw. That was the ultimate underdog story. They followed it up with a disappointing year. It's the only time that Brady never made the playoffs. By him personally, at least. And then the one year that they didn't win the East, they won the wild card and won the championship. So I don't know. Now I love this discussion now. If the Patriots can somehow win 14 or 15 games, where does it rank regular season? To me, I would put it up as one of the best regular seasons of all time. What if they get the MVP and the coach of the year? You're just going to poo-poo that one too, Kevin?
You got me. You got me in the cul-de-sac tonight.
Come and take a ride, baby. I want you to think about that one for a little bit. I know you got a lot going on back there. It's like a hockey line change on this show when we're over with everything that's going on here. But I wanted to put that into the ether. The Patriots have had great seasons. I know. You think back to it. Winning back-to-back with Corey Dillon and whatever. It was amazing. Hasn't been done since, right? Going 16-0. Unprecedented. They went 11-5 the next year and didn't make the playoffs. In Brady's first year back, they went 10-6. And then what did they do? They ended up going 14-2, but they lost in the divisional round. The next year, they win 13 games. They lose in the Super Bowl. They go back-to-back 12-4 and lose in the conference game. They go 12-4 and 14 and win the Super Bowl. They go 12-4 the next year. They lose in the conference game. They go 14-2. They win a Super Bowl. So 3 times in the team's career, they won 14 games and won a Super Bowl. I know when you look at it, right? 0-1, 3, 4, 14, 16, and 18. Those are 6 of the greatest individual regular seasons in Patriots history. They all won Super Bowls. The next one you would bring up is 07 because they went undefeated. But was there another one in between? It wasn't 2021 with Mac Jones. It wasn't 2019, Tom Brady's last year. Yeah, the 13-win season in 17 when they lost in the Super Bowl, that's probably one you could put up there if you want. If the Patriots can win 14 or 15 wins, we should consider it one of the greatest. Now, it's to Kevin's point, I'll say this. When you've won 6 Super Bowls, it's hard to say one of the best seasons of all time. It really is. But you win this week against Buffalo, hat and T-shirt game. You end their AFC title reign. And you begin yours. I do think they'll regress next year because of the schedule alone. Great. Got it. But you go 12 wins, and then you have the Ravens on national TV, potentially 13. Then you beat the Jets, you're at 14, and then the final game of the year against the 15 wins? How can you look away as 15 wins, not one of the greatest seasons? I guess it only matters if you win a Super Bowl, according to Kevin Majore. I got to give you credit on that one, though. 6 of them have been championships. You win 15 games and don't win a championship, you're not even on the list. We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. You can call in. We're on YouTube as well. I see the guys already in there tonight. We got Prince Humperdinck. Oh, my dog is in there. SMS, Matt H, Mace. You're all in there. We're hanging out. We'll be here till 7:30 tonight before the Bruins game. I'm Joe Murray. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray.
Had a couple people on our chat tonight. 15 wins would be a record. No, it wouldn't. They won 16. They won 16 once, guys. I don't know if you remember that. It was back in 2007. It was. I don't know if you remember. It was a pretty historic event. They went all the way to the Super Bowl, and they lost. I don't know if you remember that, Kevin. It was,
Unfortunately, I do.
Yes, and we try to erase it from our brains, but yeah, if you do think about it, it would be the 5th best regular season ever if they went 15-2. It's just hard to dismiss those 6 Super Bowls. So those are 6, right? Then what? It's the undefeated season. That's 7. But could this one rank among some of the others? Because it's not Tom Brady, because it is Drake May, because it is Mike Vrabel, and the rookie class that they brought in, which might be a little overrated. Might be. But I just was thinking about it today as where does it line up? And there's been seasons like those 2 Giants Super Bowl losses. Those weren't great teams, but they went. They made it. They deserve it. Absolutely. That Eagles one, though, that one got away. And you could say 13-3 was a great season. Absolutely. Absolutely. Losing to the Eagles was tough that year. And that was a really good team. But those ones against the Giants that I bring up, 2011, they went 13-3 and lost the Super Bowl. I didn't think they were a great team. Wes Welker was their top receiver, and Ben Jarvis Green Ellis was their top rusher. And obviously Brady did his thing, and they scored 500 points and all that. And pretty good defense, 342 points allowed. But when you look at that one, that one to me, sometimes you don't remember it. Sometimes you just don't remember it. But the Patriots take on the Bills this weekend. And I brought this up yesterday, and I've been thinking about it a little bit more. I asked, who is the game more important to? Is it the Bills or the Patriots? And for me, it's the Bills. It's the Bills. It's the Bills. Can you pay my bills? Bills. This is a huge game for the Pats because it's hat and T-shirt, right? They win the division. They're locked up to a playoff spot, and they can watch and see what happens with Denver, etc. Okay? But for Josh Allen, is the pressure on now? Just think about this, right? There are always players in sports, whatever sport. This one happens just to be football. He finally beat Joe Burrow in a game. Joe Burrow has had Josh Allen's number all the time. And Burrow screwed it up. 2 interceptions there. Boom. Changed the game. Bills win. Now they have a chance to knock off the team that's in front of them in the AFC East. But while that's happening, the other quarterbacks that he struggles against, Lamar Jackson, they're teetering on a playoff spot. And the Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes might even be out of the mix. And now Josh Allen is joined by the likes of Bo Nix, Drake May, Trevor Lawrence. I mean, should we put Phillip Rivers in that category now? An old-ass Aaron Rodgers? Josh Allen is the best quarterback remaining of all the ones that are in contention for the playoff. And if the Bills look back at it, this might be the best time for them to win this thing. And I've thought about it in other sports, right? Like, there have been other years where guys have been hurt or they didn't have to go through like Jokic in a championship, right? Or I'm using basketball in that scenario. Or if the Red Sox can somehow wouldn't have to play the Yankees or whatever and make it right to the World Series. Like these things happen over the years. And you have to take advantage of those times. When it comes to Josh Allen, this is the perfect spot for him. He's been doubted. The coach has been doubted. Their team is overrated this year. They did not spend on a wide receiver. Yeah, they drafted Keon Coleman, but they put him in the doghouse this year. They just brought in Brandon Cooks. Like, James Cook is one of their best players, but keeps fumbling around the goal line. They've had injuries galore, right? They brought in guys in free agency like Bosa and others, but it hasn't all panned out. But right now, it's turning up Bills. And the one thing that's in front of them is the 11-win New England Patriots with an MVP and a Coach of the Year and Comeback Player of the Year. Right? All that is on the table. And they have a chance to spoil it this weekend. I've mentioned before the Patriots off a bye. Mike Vrabel's history, 6-0. The betting line has the Bills as the favorite. The opener was 8.5. You now go down to 1.5. They've already eaten 7 points, and the Bills are still favored. I think Vegas thinks the Bills bounce back here. And this is a spot, Mike Vrabel said it himself yesterday, they're using this as a championship game, and they should. It's the first game this year that they could actually put that into a situation. But I wanted to give you another situation, and I thought this one was fairly interesting when it came to the Patriots and in clutch time situations. Do I think that Drake May has been a clutch player for the Patriots this year? Yes. I think he came back in a tie game on the road in Buffalo and helped win the game. He has showed comebacks, no doubt about it. But in the Patriots' last 8 games, the offense has averaged 2.75 points per game in the fourth quarter. They have 1 rushing touchdown and 5 field goals. If you look at their points per quarter, 6.2 in the first. That's ranked 5th in the league. In the second quarter, 10 points per game, ranked 2nd. Third quarter, they've dominated defensively in games, but they average 6.2 points per game, ranked 6th in the league. Did you know the Patriots are ranked 29th offensively in points per game in the fourth quarter this year at 4.7 points? This is what I bring up about the game this Sunday. There have now been multiple weeks. Now, they lost to the Texans, and they had a chance for a comeback and lost. But they came back and won the week next week. They won last week in the snow on the road in the fourth quarter. Or at home, in the fourth quarter. If there's one thing that I can bring up about the Patriots, although I'll say that Drake May has been clutch this year in the situations, and yeah, they've dominated, but in the last 8 games, they are struggling in the fourth quarter and in the second half. They dominate teams in the first half. It's probably the script, it's probably the coaching, it's what they see, and the second half is generally their adjustments defensively. But in the first half, the Patriots averaged 16.2 points per game. It's ranked 3rd in the NFL. Now, Mike Vrabel said it himself, doesn't want to be called frontrunners by any reason at all. But this year, the Patriots, again, 16.2 points, ranked 3rd in the first half. Do you know what that number is in the second half? 10.8 points per game. It ranks 20th in the league. And where have they been struggling on that part? Red zone. They rank 24th right now in TD scoring percentage inside the red zone. That needs to be better. And I think for Buffalo, it needs to be better too because James Cook has fumbled in back-to-back weeks. But I just wanted to bring up that when these games matter, the fourth quarter matters. Drake May's done it. But in the last 8 games, the offense has struggled in the second half. That's just fact. That's numbers, stats, facts. Keep that in mind over the next couple of games and as they go for that 15 wins that I keep bringing up here. But the Patriots score entering the fourth quarter in the last 8 games. They've had the lead in every one of them. They had a touchdown lead in 7 of the 8 games. They've had a 2-score lead in 5 of 8 of those games. They've trailed entering the fourth quarter twice this season. Do you know what games they were? The Raiders and the Steelers. And what happened in those games? They lost. I just want to circle that as we look ahead here. As you're taking on an opponent to win a championship, as you're taking on an opponent that's desperate, and as you're taking on an opponent and a quarterback that knows they're the best quarterback available. And I think this weekend's going to prove, are the Patriots ready to pass the Bills who've won 5 straight? Or do the Bills realize the pressure and the situation and rise to the occasion? Just wanted to bring that to the table tonight at 617-779-0985. Let's talk to Scott. He's on the couch. What's up,
Hey,
Scott?
Joe.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? I love the show.
Thanks,
I'll be quick. I'm in a disagreement with my hillbilly friends. If you would have put $100 down before preseason on the Patriots to win the Super Bowl, what would the payout be?
I would have said over 20-1. I actually don't remember what it was.
Well, no, you can do your thing and just put it back on the radio, and I'll hear what you say. No, they're all arguing with me. Oh, no, you'd only win $2. I'm like, $2? You can't buy anything but $2.
No, do you understand? So let's just hypothetically say it was 20-1. $100.
What's that mean? I don't gamble.
$100 would get you $2,000.
$100 would get you what? 2,000?
Yes.
I know when the Vegas Knights came on. I know you don't like crossing sports.
I'm not
for them to win the Stanley Cup.
Hey, real quick, I'm not the crossing sports who doesn't like it guy.
All right, cool.
I don't work on that.
I know the Vegas Knights.
Yeah, Vegas.
When they came in, if you would have bet they were going to win the Stanley Cup, it was like $1 million payout.
Nah, I don't know about that.
I don't know. I don't know. Well, this is what happens when you hang out with a bunch of hillbillies.
Why are they hillbillies?
Why? We all wear overalls and work boots, and we do yard work and we just have fun. Anyway, I appreciate your time. I won't take you up. I know you got a lot going on.
I do have a lot going on.
Hey, I got another question for you.
Sure.
You ever been to the Pizza Barn in Ospey?
Hey, Kevin, you ever been to Ty back there? You ever been to the Ossipee Pizza Barn?
No.
Me either. Ossipee, is that near the White Mountains?
I'm interested in it. His call did come in. I know I put on the couch. It was from Barrington. So
Oh, Barrington. Okay. Is that where the Man on the Mountain is, out that way? Is that Ossipee or is that the lake? I'm confusing my New Hampshires now.
Well, the Man on the Mountain is...
That would be White Mountains. That's like near Lincoln, New Hampshire and all that, right? Franconia Notch?
I forget, but Ty did also say R.I.P. because that did fall off.
Oh, it fell?
Years ago.
Oh, the poor Man on the Mountain.
That was like 20 years ago. I was in elementary school.
Oh, man. I guess I've the Pizza Barn, though. What are they cooking up at the Pizza Barn? I'm in on that. You know, if there was a bet out there to make $1 million, I would do it. I mean, hell, we bet the lottery, right? So his hillbilly friends who wear overalls and boots, that's why they're hillbillies? There was a wrestler named Hillbilly Jim, if anybody remembers him. He wore overalls, too, and had a beard, and I think he wore boots, too. So I didn't know that that's what hillbilly meant. I feel like I need to now Google that. What's a hillbilly? I don't know if I want to do that on the work computer. Anyways, line up the phone call, 617-779-0985. I do want to talk about some of the winter meeting stuff that is going down as well. The Monday Night Football game, and we got the Bees tonight. I'm Joe Murray, 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Essential Sports Hub headline presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
All right, Bruins in action tonight. Bees, they take on St. Louis. They beat
I'm told there are other teams. I don't know who those other teams are. I don't think it's the Mets. The Mets said they feel like they know Alonso. I think Alonso feels the same. I'm not reading anything negative into that. It better be the Mets. Although I'm hearing some more buzz that the Red Sox are pretty doggone serious about this. I know the Red Sox like Schwarber, and obviously they didn't get Schwarber. Alonso's a better fit. Right-handed bat, got the green monster. Their best hitters are left-handed. I think they're a real threat.
Sports Up, I'm Joe Murray. Well, the hot stove season's heating up, is it? Is it heating up? Kyle Schwarber off the table today. He signed a $150 million deal with the Phillies to stay in Philadelphia. Alex Cora did speak on that today. I know he had a chance to sit down with a couple of guys today. I think Tom Caron and Lou Merlone. I'm not sure who else, but yeah, he sat down today and said that he's been talking to Dave Dombrowski. So he had an idea of Kyle Schwarber potentially going back to the Phillies. So maybe that's what everyone thought, and maybe this is the first domino for things to fall. But the Pete Alonso thing is real now. And Edwin Diaz left today, the Mets, and it sounds like Alonso's all but gone. Where is his next destination? Heyman just said it there. He's a perfect fit for the Red Sox. He'll play first base, middle of the lineup guy, can hit the ball over the wall, and be here for a long time. Now, it's probably a $30 million deal, right? Probably something competitive to what Kyle Schwarber had. Better fit because, again, right-handed hitter. But the question is this. Heyman says in that clip, it could be two hitters. I don't know. He said it on a stream today. He believes the Red Sox will end up with two bats. Now, how does that work out? Could it be Bregman and Bichette and make a trade for Marte? Or is it, Alonso and Polanco or what? I don't know. All I can tell you is this. I like the way that the Red Sox have been acquiring talent through trades. I also understand that they're thinking about the tax. I think if you sign Alonso, you can make a trade for another guy. Now, the Marte thing, it interests me because this guy's I don't know what he would do for the locker room. That's number one. I know he had some issues. He was out around the around the All-Star break. He left for a couple of days because he had a burglary, and they ended up winning the games. He came back, and they sucked. But that guy can play. That's a player plus his deferred money. He's only going to be $17 million on the books. But hypothetically, if you got Alonso and Marte, that's $47 million. They can do that. To me, I don't know if they could do Bregman and Alonso. You'd probably have to get really creative on an Alonso contract that with deferred money to help you out this year. Is that something he wants to do? If you saw it, the Kyle Schwarber's sweepstakes, it sounds like the Pirates were all in. Sounds like the Reds were interested. But in the end, he matched the best deal. Well, the Phillies matched the best deal that he got out in the market. The Alonso Red Sox thing they've been linked all off season. And there's Akamoto's out there. The Polanco thing, that guy's a DH. Today there was, and I wanted to bring up this Alex Cora stuff now that we're talking about it. Alex Cora said a lot of things. He talked about Alex Bregman, said he's been in contact with him, but the conversations are only focused on family, not his free agency. And he said that he learned during this process to kind of keep business separate, whatever. Also said everyone is aware that Bregman is something special and different other than his performance. And of course, again, this is what Scott Boras said this because Scott Boras did his media tour today, which I want to get into in a little bit here. But Cora talks about how Bregman's been investing in himself, believes in himself, knows this is a big offseason for him physically, mentioned he was banged up a year ago and needs to improve on that, et cetera, et cetera. Bregman's leadership was huge, but do they need to pay for that this year? Because they did last year. The other thing is, when it comes to Alex Bregman, he probably has earned a deal, right? He's earned the right to have a contract for what he wants with no deferred money. This is why I bring up, if there was Bregman and Alonso this offseason, it's a win. It's a huge win. I still find it hard to believe that they'll bring in 2 free agents, and maybe Bregman's considered that. I find it really hard to believe. But I'll just leave it at this. Do I think they can sign Alonso and get creative when it comes to another bat? Absolutely. I think Marte's that guy. His contract is 32. Again, they probably lose something there on the leadership edge, but you got power in the middle of the bat and it's in the lineup, and that's exactly what they need. The interest kings are back. They're linked to everybody. Everyone. They got to make a move. And I think the Schwarber move is the first domino of things to fall. And looks like they had their meeting. Yesterday, there was a little bit of controversy. Source war. Heyman said that the Red Sox were going to meet with Pete Alonso. I know we had Chris Cotillo on, and Sean McAdam mentioned that he hasn't confirmed that. Today, we've heard that they've met on a Zoom. Now they're trying to get an in-person. Everything that Craig Breslow has said this offseason sounds like they want a middle-of-the-order bat that can hit home runs. And to me, that is Pete Alonso. And with everything going on with the Mets and losing their best closer to the Dodgers today, etc., feel like Pete Alonso is available for the taking. But are they willing to pay the price? We'll leave it there at 617-779-0985. I did want to get into the Monday Night Football game that happened last night. But let's talk to John. He's in the car. What's up, John?
Before we get into the Red Sox, get up to the Pizza Barn, Joe. You'd love it. I promise. They got a pizza called the Farmer's Daughter. It is loaded with all kinds of goods. They got a pepperoni pizza that is, they pepperoni the thing all over the plate. It is, chef's kiss. And it's far enough away where our buddy Tommy from Lynn won't be sniffing around taking all your food.
Nah.
So it'll take a lot of effort for Thomas to get up there. So, Joe, if they don't get Alonso, I don't know what the team's doing. Everything makes sense. It's like a perfect storm when this guy is landing right in there. Now there's no reason to go back to New York. None. Why would you go back there? The team is fire sailing except for the $700 million guy that they just signed. I don't understand the Mets' logic. They go all the way out of their way to get, I forget, what's his name, Soto, and now they get rid of Diaz. Alonso's on the way. I don't understand their logic. To me, if the Red Sox can't pull Pete Alonso in, he makes perfect sense for that situation, that park. You find a way to move Tristan Casas. It hasn't worked there for this kid. I'm sure he's a better player than he's shown. You get something for Casas, package him with Duran. He couldn't catch the ball if I gave him a peach basket, and figure out a way to get another hitter, whether it's Marte or even that power hitter from Japan that they seem to be linked to as well.
Yep.
One of those two.
I think it's very possible for them to sign a free agent and make a trade and still be under the CBT and all that. Like, they can do it. I think they've set themselves up well, John. Like, I want to give them credit for what they're doing, and I think that they have enough, whether it's prospects, money, outfielders. I think they're going to make a move to try to get better. But you're right. The Alonso thing just sounds like it makes too much sense.
It makes so much sense, it makes me nervous that they're not going to do it, if that makes sense. And that Monday night game, Joe, the Eagles killed me last night. I had them in the pick 5. I was 4-0. You got to win 5 in a row to win. I would have been the only winner in the pool for 6G, large cash. And Jalen Hurts looked like Tony Eason. I haven't seen a game played that bad in 40 years by a quarterback. Absolutely brutal. Whoever the backup is, that's who I was rooting for. I don't even know who the hell the guy is.
Tanner McKee. I appreciate you, John. Jake's here now. Thank you, Kevin Majori. Wherever Skaz is, I have been talking up Tanner McKee off the air for about 14 weeks. I love Tanner McKee. Is he the back? Yeah, he's the backup for the Eagles, right?
I think so. That sounds right.
I have to double check, but he is a backup for the Eagles. I wanted to get into that game I want to do that on the other side. It's bad. It was very bad last night on both sides of it. Tanner McKee, Sam Howell. Sam Howell still fishing around in this league. But a bad one last night. But maybe a good thing for the Patriots. We'll do all that coming up here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray. We're taking you up until 7:30 before Boston Bruins hockey. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub.
What's up? What's up, guys? Tell you about my friends over at Sylvan Street Grill. You know the slogan. Eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill. And, well, it's the holidays, so you know what that means. Party time. Host your holiday party or special event at Sylvan Street Grill. Visit sylvanstreetgrill.com. Click on the private events tab, and you can view their catering menu. And they also have gift cards. What a great stocking stuffer. Sylvan Street Grill gift cards. Oof, right in the basket. Put it in the stocking. Oh, just a great time. And, you know, we were there last week having a blast. So you can go to Peabody or Salisbury. Those are the locations here. And eat, drink, and chill at the Sylvan Street Grill.
Hey guys, it's Big Jim. Your used car, truck, boat, motorcycle, or RV can change a life. I urge you to donate it to the Salvation Army. Schedule a free pickup at satruck.org and receive an IRS-approved receipt. Make a real impact today at satruck.org.
The new holiday scratch tickets from the Mass Lottery are here. And with $191 million in total prizes, it's the holiday gift even Santa can't compete with. Sorry, big guy. The new holiday scratch tickets from the Mass Lottery. Must be 18 or older to play.
At L&F Electrical Heating and Cooling, whether you're a general contractor or homeowner, we pride ourselves on being the most affordable electrical heating and cooling solution.
We offer services like new construction, heat pumps, generators, car charger installs, panel upgrades, and all other electrical needs.
For reliable service at unbeatable prices, call 844-LF-WIRES or visit lfelectricalservice.com. Proudly veteran-owned.
Make every holiday party shine with Whole Foods Market. Hosting? Stock up on their Wallet Happy 365 brand with appetizers like walnut honey shrimp and breaded calamari. Plus, save now on crowd-pleasing bone and spiral cut ham with no antibiotics ever. For dessert, check out limited time treats like their holiday rum cake. Yum! Shop Whole Foods Market with so many ways to save on festive spreads all month long. Terms apply.
Hey, it's Big Jim. The Albert family of Premier Basement Waterproofing wishes everyone a happy holiday season and reminds you to give your home the best gift it could ever ask for. No, not French hens. A French drain to never worry about water again. Call 844-LIVE-DRY or visit premierbasement.net. 'Tis the season for it to be game over for water.
Apex Entertainment in Marlboro is 100,000 square feet of pure fun. This is New England kicker Andy Borgalis, and this season, with every field goal I kick, Apex will be donating $100 to support autism education and research at the New England Center for Children. Check out Apex on social media or go to apexentertainment.com.
Do you suffer from sore feet, back, knee, or hip pain? The Good Feet Arch Support System has helped many people find relief, like Tim.
I'm always telling my colleagues who have sore feet, this is the greatest thing. I'll even take my shoe off and show them. And I believe in the product so much. When you have something that works, you kind of want to share it with people. It worked for me, maybe it can work for you.
Or do you wake up at night with heel pain, like Crystal?
I would wake up in the middle of the night with all kinds of pain in my heels and in my
Stanford.
Pack.
Because we mentioned Tanner McKee, right?
Absolutely. So we had to go with the Stanford fight song.
I don't know Nick Sirianni. You've won a Super Bowl. I know nothing. Coach Joe over here, though. I think he got a quarterback problem. What, Joe? Jalen Hurts? He stinks right now. Besides his tush push, what's he pushing? Besides the tushing, what's he pushing? He did make the throw, I guess, to A.J. Brown last night, talk about another guy. Listen, I would, to this day, if you were like, Joe, do you think the Patriots should acquire A.J. Brown? I would say yes. There's not a lot in me that would ever say no, but him and his speaking and reading his book and complaining and then his Twitter stuff and then dropping passes, that doesn't bode well. I don't know if the Patriots would need a guy like that, but listen, the guy's a freak of nature. Imagine Stephon Diggs and A.J. Brown on the same team. No, I can't actually. No. Last night, though, watching those two teams, one's the defending Super Bowl champions. The other is a middling team that could be a tomato can. One of them, the Patriots potentially could see if they can get that bye in the first round. They could see him if they don't get the bye in the first round. All I'm trying to say is this. The Patriots this year have trailed in the fourth quarter in 2 games. Raiders, Steelers, and lost both. They've had a lead the rest of the way. And you're watching teams now like Jalen Hurts, who couldn't convert last night. Somehow Justin Herbert did in a fourth quarter. The same guy that's thrown multiple interceptions and has been horrible in playoff games. And you saw him beat the defending champions. You watched the New York Giants, who the Patriots absolutely embarrassed on Monday Night Football, beat the Eagles. The more I watch these teams, the more I like what the Patriots are. The more I see these teams, I believe in the Patriots more and more. I got a thought I wanted to bring back to the table here at 7 o'clock. Just regarding the road again, right? This has nothing to do with the Patriots' schedule. I just wanted to bring up the road one more time. Because I asked it again. I want you all to think about this. I've asked it a couple of times in back-to-back nights now. Is the game more important for the Patriots or Bills? And I'm making even a bigger case for the Buffalo Bills. We'll do that on the other side. There's baseball stuff as well. There's a lot coming out from the winter meetings. I'll tell you what happened in headlines right now as we take you up into the B's on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Oh, the band is out on the field. He's going to go into the end zone. He's going to go into the world.
From the Telstra Tire Studios, WBC HD1. It's not just the games. It's Toucher and Hardy, Zolak and Bertrand, Felger and Maz, Joe Murray. For Boston sports fans, it's 98.5 The Sports Hub. Paisley Media Group Station.
Sports Hub headlines presented by Celsius Energy Drinks.
Well, I did bet Stanford against Notre Dame, and they covered. Notre Dame, of course, took their ball and went home because they're crybabies. They don't play in a conference, and they didn't make the college football playoff. So even though Stanford stunk this year, Tanner McKee's my guy, and he's the backup for the Eagles. Anyways, Bruins tonight. St. Louis. Is Pasta going to play? We don't know yet. McAvoy's back too, but I don't expect him to play. Kyle Schwarber back to the Phillies, $150 million. Edwin Diaz, he's to the Dodgers. The Mets lose him. Well, they lose Pete Alonso, who has done a Zoom meeting with the Red Sox, but will he do it in person? Still waiting on that one. And Phillip Rivers, he's 44 years old. He was named a semifinalist for the Hall of Fame class of 26. But he's going to play. Well, he's on the practice squad for the Colts, who are still in the mix. Headlines, they are brought to you by Eastern Mass's leader in drain cleaning and pipe planning. Drains by James, slow drain, clog drain. You need to contact Drains by James today at drainsbyjames.com. I'm Joe Murray.
Mays under center, offset off.
Drake May.
Throws down. Drake rolls well, working traffic. Off balance, throw it to the end zone. Popeye, the pass is going to be.
Drake May plays on one station in Boston.
Here's another Drake May moment.
Hub.
Around here, we call them the Joe Murray Pre-Party. It's Felger and Maz afternoons right now. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
All right, back here on 98.5 The Sports Hub, I'm Joe Murray. I feel like when the nights go down in the city, well, I want to be there. I don't know why I have that song in my head when I heard that, Jake.
Maybe because that's the song.
Oh, it whoa, whoa, whoa. How are you, Jake? You did the off-air show tonight. What you guys talk about?
We talked about a little bit of everything. We had 5 questions, and Tony Maz was on the show. Big Jim, he was filling in for him, so it was great. Got to actually Felger Maz. It's kind of funny. Felger always says it's the Felger Maz off-air show, but really it's the Felger and Jim. Big Jim off show. But we had Maz today, so that was great. You got to change up a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed whenever I do the show and you guys are doing it in there, the people are watching that, not listening to me. So I'm curious now. What did I miss? What were some of the questions?
We talked about, Maz's question was, do you button your dress shirts from the top down or the bottom up?
I'm bottom up.
I am too. Very simple, I thought. Because you don't want to button the chest, like the neck button.
Speaking of that, it's hot as hell in there. I might have to show some lettuce. Whew! It's hot here, right?
It's a little hot.
I guess, well, we have the door open for a reason, I assume. So, okay, bottoms up. Bottoms up, bottoms up.
Maz does top down. Felger said he doesn't think.
See, top down doesn't work because sometimes you get the extra button on a shirt. And then the extra button, and then one side's longer than the other. Have you ever had that one before?
So his argument was that that's actually harder to do if you're going from the top down. Because you're not going to crisscross the button.
Out. How do you do your toilet paper? Is it folded out, or is it like how is it yours?
Really folded out.
It's folded
But
out?
honestly, I'm a baby wipe guy. Baby wipes are much superior.
Oh, you're a pro, huh?
Pro's pro, Joe. Come on.
Oh, I love baby wipes. Wait, do you toilet paper then baby wipe, or do you
just baby wipes?
So you're straight wet, huh?
You can't use toilet paper.
Oh, I love. I'm a TP.
Out on TP.
Well, I almost said a Beavis and Butthead saying, "I need TP for my bunghole." I'm just curious. What else did you guys do?
We talked about the buttons. We talked about upcoming vacations. Felger's going skiing. And we talked about, would you rather go skiing?
Felger goes skiing?
So this was the point. Felger would rather be on a beach. It's a family vacation.
That's
so
how
he's
I
going
would
skiing.
envision him.
And he said he enjoys the family time, although he would prefer, obviously, being at a beach. So Joe Murray, I'll pose the same question to you. Would you rather be on a beach, on an island, or going skiing?
Imagine a fat guy on skis. For real. How many fat guys do you know that go skiing? I want you to think about that out loud. Tell me a fat guy that goes skiing that you know. Plus, I'm 43. I'd probably pull something I don't know that I have. That's injury written all over it, man. Now, if we're going sledding.
Using the plastic sleds or getting like the inflatable tubes?
Ooh, I would go inflatable like tube, like you would at like the pond or the river, something, or at the lake. You know, something that like. Have you ever been on a boat and done the water skiing kind of thing?
I've been on the boat with someone else, and
see, Jake.
Don't need to do that.
I feel like you and I can hang at the beach. Are you a beach guy?
Love the beach. Aruba was great. I was there in July. Best place I've ever been to for vacation.
You and I are big guys, but the beach, it don't matter what you look like.
The beach is the beach.
The beach is a happy place. Skiing, that's an exercise out. Like, imagine going down a hill. How do you get back up?
You take the lift.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah, you just kind of go right over to the lift, and it kind of just scoops you up and brings you up.
Yeah. Well, anyways.
Maybe Felger can do some, now that we're done with the off-air show, go watch Joe's show.
Yes, yes. So, yes, now you don't have to watch the off-air show anymore.
No, that's not what I meant. I meant send the people from the off-air show to Joe's show. Yes,
actually, you know what? What's funny? Whenever I do, like, I I do a lot of like card streaming stuff, like whether it's Fanatics Live or whatnot or whatever. Did you know that when you close out your stream, you can send people to another stream?
I have heard about this, yes.
So it'd be cool if somehow we could, when that ends, everyone that's in there can just jailbreak into this.
Well, theoretically, YouTube will recommend the next video or stream.
Oh.
So if you watch enough 98.5 content on the YouTube, which everybody should be doing right now, then you should get automatically put into this Joe show.
Yes, I like that idea. Well, hey, maybe you can, you run that thing, maybe why don't you write that one?
I'll include it next week's email.
Yeah, but exactly. They're going to probably crap all over me when you do it, too. Jake, I've been asking everybody. I asked Skaz earlier this week. Who's the game more important to this Sunday? Bills or Patriots?
So I'm going to go Patriots. Because the Bills, we already know what Josh Allen is. We know who he is, what he's made of. The Patriots, they're in a situation where they can really put themselves a threshold above everybody. It's a championship Sunday. Rail's been talking about it. Although he says the T-shirts and the hats, that's not, bulletin board or mentality stuff that he wants to talk about with the team. I don't know if I buy that. You tell me the coach doesn't go in on Monday morning and says, hey, guys, we have a chance to win a championship this week? That doesn't get brought up? I think it would. So, but this is why it's bigger for the Patriots. This is the first time that this nucleus in this Vrabel era has a chance to actually do something.
Yeah,
meaningful.
In year one. That
year
actually
one
means
something.
Yeah.
It can have great results the rest of the way against a great team. Right before Sunday Night Football coming off the bye, it's a big game for the Patriots.
It's a big game for the Patriots because they still have control of getting the number one seed. I'll agree with that. But I'm going Bills, dude. And here's why. So someone texted me this, so I want to give him credit. Pat, he's out there. Back in the 90s, Jake, Michael Jordan retired. He went and played baseball, remember?
I don't remember because I wasn't alive.
Well, anyways,
I've heard the folk tales.
You probably heard about it, right? Well, when Michael Jordan was gone, who emerged? It was the Houston Rockets and Hakeem Olajuwon. They won 2 championships while Jordan was gone. Hakeem Olajuwon was the number 1 pick. By the way, Michael Jordan was the number 3 pick, just so you know about that. But the Rockets took advantage of no Jordan. And for the Bills, when Patrick Mahomes is not in the race, and everyone says Lamar's next, right? MVP, Lamar. No, he might be out. Joe Burrow's not in that race. So if you look at it, of all the playoff teams, I would say Josh Allen is the best remaining quarterback. If we keep it AFC, right? AFC. This is why it's important for the Bills. Dude, if the Bills somehow they'll make the playoffs but get bounced, McDermott's fired. They're starting over. Like, they need a new coach, and then they're going to be more determined to rebuild that team, and it'll be Josh Allen's time again at some point. The time is now for Josh Allen. I don't know, Buffalo Bills fans. However you're looking at it, you should be looking at it as you have the best quarterback in the tournament. Patrick Mahomes is out of the mix. This is your time. I think they're getting going. I brought up fourth quarters. The Bills have been very good in the fourth quarter. Now, they had that hiccup against the Texans, and that was on a short week. I'll give him a pass for that one. It's a bad loss, too. But overall, they've been really good in the fourth quarter, and their defense is making plays, and Josh Allen is making plays. They do have the fumbles from their running back, though. That's for real. I just wanted to use that comparison of when Jordan was gone. The title was available in the NBA back then. The Lombardi's available this year. And you would think of all the quarterbacks that are in the mix, Josh Allen should want it. This is why I think Stafford's also getting a lot of love. He wins 2. After being with Detroit and a number 1 pick, solidifies his Hall of Fame, solidifies his greatness. But what about one of these younger guys? Let's just use Drake May. Right? MVP potentially? I mean, how many? It hasn't been done since. It doesn't happen often where the MVP and the Super Bowl happens in the same year. It just doesn't happen. Mahomes has done it, but he's out of the dance. This thing's wide open, and to me, Josh Allen should take it, and that's why I think it's more important for them this weekend.
Just to go naturally here, who's it more important for? Drake May or Matt Stafford? Matt Stafford. MVP Super Bowl.
It's
whose legacy is impacted more by this? Drake May.
Well, if Drake, here's the deal: if Drake May wins the MVP, I talked to Dundaro about this in postgame. Generally, when you win the MVP, you don't regress. Now, guys have, right? Cam Newton did later on, though. Wasn't right away. Is Lamar regressing? Probably. But, like, when you win the MVP, are you generally on top for a long period of time? Yeah. So I just think that if you mentioned legacies, Drake May wins the MVP. Now people want to play with him. Now they have money to spend. They need to draft better around him, right? He could probably choose who he wants on the team. Like, can they keep it all together? Can they keep McDaniels here? Can they keep Doug Marrone? Like, can they? That's going to be the Patriots as, like, their coaching staff's already getting job interviews. It's going to happen. But when you have the guy, you can now start to do things creatively. But for Stafford's sake, winning an MVP and a Super Bowl, that solidifies you as an all-timer.
So for me, and Drake May, that's the biggest point, is that it solidifies him in the league and where he's right now, and it shoots him up the ladder if he wins MVP. He has to back it up in the playoffs, and he has to make a deep run. But the other thing that's promising about this, if you're a Patriots fan, is where is Josh McDaniels going? Oh, nowhere.
Nowhere.
Who is going to hire him as a head coach?
Well, no, but if I was Josh McDaniels, collect that check that you're already getting from the Raiders, right? And then in the offseason, he could go skiing or to the beach. Whatever. I mean, he can do whatever he wants, right? Because he's got Drake May. Drake May is Josh McDaniels' meal ticket right now.
Right? Ticket.
Yeah. He's the lottery ticket. But that's one thing Drake May has going for him. Like, look at Hurts. Yeah, he's got Sirianni there, but he's lost Tyson. He's lost all these, they lost their defensive coordinator. Like, that, the Eagles are going to, those guys are going elsewhere. They lost Milton Williams, right? They've lost other pieces to the pie. I'm just saying, when you're good, you lose parts. With the Patriots, Vrabel's here, McDaniels is here, and May is here. Ownership group's still here, right? Like, the rookie class is getting better. It might solidify Drake May as here to stay if he does win the MVP. Good take, Jake.
Thanks, Joe.
Should write about that.
Yeah, maybe.
Who does it mean more to?
Matt Stafford.
That's what the writers will tell you. But for the future of the game, listen, this is why I brought this up with basketball. Jason Tatum got hurt. I still think he can be one of the faces of the game. Like, for the future of the NBA, SGA is a great player. He's awesome. Is he marketable?
Is Tatum marketable?
See, he already has been. I see him on Ruffles chips and commercials and all that.
Sure, but why then? If that's the case, why isn't he already the face of the league before the injury?
Probably because Jokic is the best player. And they're still in the LeBron ending stages. Steph Curry's still playing. But
I think a lot of NBA athletes are marketable, and almost none of them belong as face of the league. Come on. How many players do we see in the Ruffles chip? There's a good amount of them.
Who do you think?
Anthony Davis had a Ruffles chip.
Who do you think's the face of the league right now?
If you had asked me 2 years ago, I would have said Anthony Edwards. Right now, I don't know.
Okay, who's the face of the league in the NFL?
Right now, it would be Mahomes.
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree.
So, and that's maybe the problem with the NBA and why it's not intriguing right now is who's the face. Luka?
There's no, standout guy. It's probably Jokic or SGA.
Definitely one of those two.
But, are they marketable?
Riddle me this. If Tatum won Finals MVP and Celtics going to win the Finals in 24, like they did, is Tatum the face of the league in that conversation? Because I think this also goes into the Jaylen Brown disrespect. Why is Jaylen Brown not put into that conversation?
Well, hey.
Why is he not marketable?
Player of the week this week.
Whoa, player of the week. Wow. That's a great honor.
Now in the MVP conversation.
I said this to you off the air. If the Celtics were playing good and were a top 3 seed, Jaylen Brown would be an MVP candidate.
And he is now.
Now he is.
All right. Well, we could do this all night, Jake.
Only you and I could take a football segment and turn it into Jaylen Brown.
Only
Disrespect.
I could bring up Michael Jordan not playing in the 90s. The window being open. Hakeem taking it. Where else did I go with this? Stafford. May.
The McDaniels take in there.
Oh, I definitely got McDaniels in there.
Oh, we went all around. This, maybe this is the Joe Murray call.
This is what I call the old buffet platter. Just a buffet of takes here. We got to go to break. We got the Bruins coming up. I got some Bruins takes. We'll do that next here on the Sports Hub.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system on 98.5, the Sports Hub. This is only a test.
Don't go anywhere. There's more Joe Murray. On the way on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Looking for the perfect holiday gift?